Welcome back to the Foundation. This is Beethoven. It's been a while since I talked about how to make something because you can't take mixing information from everybody. And also, I haven't had any earbuds in a while, so I really couldn't hear the flaws in the things that I was making or working with. Uh, and when it comes down to the nitty gritty, mixing doesn't have to be anything difficult. I actually like the whole philosophy and just like what it really is of just volume. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're working with things, you're just trying to change its volume. So like imagine trying to get a snare to cut through the mix. Well, oh, do you just turn it up or turn it down? That's a start. But what parts of the snare do you turn up or down? And that's what this video is going to be about. Um, because this snare sounded pretty muddy, muffled, and I know people say that, but I didn't quite hear it until I heard it through these poorly um, made earbuds. All right, that I got not that long ago today, and maybe that's not the best way to mix things, but not everyone has good things to listen through, their music through. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm not saying mixing stuff through Dollar General earbuds is like the play at all. I just wanted to block out the sound from the speaker so I could record my voice over the beat. But in doing that, I heard some flaws, some things that could be changed, whether or not I can turn up or down in 808, which I could probably turn this down, because that actually would probably be better for when I want to turn everything up later on, like in the mastering stage, which I don't really do. But as you can already see, honestly, two things that I already have on the snare: uh, mix bus, EQ, and a transient processor. Um, the first thing you might want to do is just see if your snare is already designed to cut through a mix. And I have like a lot of energy happening here. There could be more stuff, but I'm using a high frequency snare. As you can see, it's categorized by low, mid lows, and all that stuff on the other side. Now, this is just one folder for snares, but if you're using low frequency snares, you might want to get rid of some things because you don't want to like carve out melody sound for a snare. You can make space for stuff, and I think low frequency snares are good for ghost notes or filler snares. You can use more than one snare in beats and stuff, but as you can hear, as my cat is about to probably start meowing and making noise. All I did was boost the highs of a snare. So simple. Oh, how many times have anyone's ever heard that? I boost the highs and cut down the lows. All right, so I made this is what the snare sounds like before. And then I'm going to just turn that EQ on. Oh my goodness. Trying to find these blocks. This is too big anyway. But as you can see, there's some clarity. There's more energy in the high end. Less in the middle, which is important because it's just like that'll interfere with like melody stuff. But the transient processor is kind of like what's doing some work here. Is because you're trying to get some snap and stuff. This is good for like trap and all that stuff. You want to like so firstly, right? Let's look at this waveform. It's like not that easy to see, but you can see that right there, how it just looks coming through that. I mean, obviously we could just click on it. This is what it looks like. The waveform down there, the bottom right. Or we can actually just click on it. Jeez, where's the snare at? There it is. This is what it looks like, okay? Yeah, I really got to like show you guys the technical stuff. Not really. But like, whereas we can see it in the actual transient processor, that's not really gonna help you see what's happening here. So it's like That's what it sounds like before. That's what it looks like too. All right, like it looks like a snare. You know what I'm saying? Now let's turn the transient processor on to shape the attack and the release, which would be the attack is this part right here, the transient at the beginning, the release is like the end. I have it turned on now. Hopefully it looks different so I don't look stupid. Well, we're just gonna like hope for the best. Well, you see an obvious difference in what's happening here. The transient is cutting through a lot more. The release, actually, let me see this. Should be less, but it was already a short snare, so it's like, I mean, well, I'm doing that by turning the attack up. I actually don't know if this is like turning up the volume, but I mean, I'd imagine it's doing something there, just at the attack, right? You know what I'm saying? I could drive it. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it is turning up volume. I mean, I can't say I don't. I'd imagine when I said at the beginning of this stuff, it's about volume, right? But yeah, you could change the waveform. I don't really care. Not gonna lie. The thing is, you could see it through here. Like if I were to, like, I have my wave. Just look at the snare. It's more rounded right there. You see that? Look how rounded it looks until I turn the attack up. Now you see how flat it looks. If you have to go back, and I'm talking about in the mix bus, by the way, you see the difference in the waveform. I'm not saying the difference in the waveform is going, it means that it's cutting through, but when you see that transient at the beginning is a little bit more, right? So it's like you can work with other snares. You can like use this to like sound design a snare, I guess, you know what I'm saying? You don't really need too much. I think maybe the important step in this, and this is where like I'm not a professional mixer, is when I route it to like the drum bus. Is it even part of it? Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's all going through a compressor, which is supposed to start working when a certain signal goes above a peak, if I'm not mistaken. So this snare hitting like that, which is going to cause it to most likely like clip or just go like, let's like actually, like, how loud is this? It's already going up to 0. You know what I'm saying? So it could definitely be going higher than that. So it's like, this is when like you can turn it down. Like you've already turned up certain aspects of it to cut through, so turning it down isn't gonna be. I should probably put it in context of the whole beat, but you all you needed to hear was the snare sound differently, to be honest. And if you couldn't hear the difference, you saw the difference. So, and it's the difference that I needed. So there you go. Like I just turned it off right there at the end. I know it was so sudden. I'm gonna keep it off right here. All right. I'm gonna keep it off and turn it on. I don't have that cool effect where you're gonna know. You're just gonna have to hear it. Maybe if I get some more subscribers, bro, I'm gonna start editing shit. I'm about to turn it on right now. Now we're gonna hear, okay, it was already cutting through to begin with. Maybe no one heard a difference, but like on my phone, I'm most likely gonna hear that cut through easier. All right, so, and like this is already turned down. Why we gotta fight over every little thing? No, we didn't even mean you just did.